What's up guys, how y'all doing? Cosmic Harry here, bringing another World of Tanks video. And for those of you that are new here, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And for my regular viewers and subscribers, hello, welcome one and all. And today I shall be conducting my review of the Borsig Waffentrager, the Tier 8 German TD, leading up to the 100 Tier 10 Waffentrager. This tank is a very decent tank destroyer in my personal opinion, and it comes with two fantastic guns, two totally different guns. But anyhow, let's take a look at those stats first of all. 1100 hit points, a very decent amount of hit points for this TD compared to the other TDs in the tier 8. 207 horsepower, 35 kilometers per hour speed limit. Very quick, very agile tank. You can relocate to another flank if you need to do so very quickly. And the turret on this tank is fully traversable. You can turn it all the way around. You know, it's not restricted with the previous TDs in this line, etc. So it kind of, because of the fact that it has a very low profile, very high camo rating, you can basically stay stationary and move your turret, keep that camo rating intact, etc. So it's a very, you know, it's a perfect TD. Basically it's a perfect TD, and that's what you are in this thing. You're a TD. You're there for support. You're not there to rumble with other tanks, because of the fact that the hull armor on this thing is non-existent. As you can see, 20 on the front, 10 on the sides, and 8 on the rear. That's why you have the speed limit. It is what it is, because of the fact that the hull armor on this thing is non-existent. I always say this, like with wargaming, you know, they kind of balanced and tax out, etc. So, you know, there's pros and cons to every single tank, and with this tank, fantastic gun but terrible armor. And you need to keep that in mind when you're out in the battlefield. Basically, always be holding back, supporting your teammates, never be up front. You know, it's not a brawling tank, it's a TD. You need to be way back behind your teammates, supporting them, not being detected, and just unloading shell after shell. View range, fantastic, 400. Signal range, 525, fantastic. What makes this tank truly shine are the guns. Yes indeed, lemon squeezy. Let's take a look at those guns. So with the Borsig, the first gun that is available is the 128mm. As you can see, rate of fire 5.5, pen 246, damage 490, aim time 2.29, accuracy 0.34. so a very good gun for sniping, a perfect gun for sniping. Nice aim time, very good accuracy, and pen very decent, 246, and the damage 490. And but like I said before, this tank comes equipped with two different guns, and the second gun that is available is the 150mm. Now the 150mm is a completely different beast from the 128mm. As you can see, the 150mm rate of fire 3, a significant drop there. Penetration, again a drop, 215, but the damage goes up to 750, so a 30% increase there in damage. Aim time and accuracy both go up. Aim time 2.7, accuracy 0.4 to 0.42. so the question is, which gun is the best gun for you? You know, do you have to make this decision? Do you go for the gun with the lower damage, higher rate of fire, higher pen, or do you go for the gun that has the lower rate of fire, lower pen, but higher damage, etc? You know, it's pros and cons. You know, which gun do you go for? And to me, you know, there is no better gun, in my personal opinion, when it comes to the review of the Borsig. It's totally up to you. It just depends on your playstyle, how you play, what kind of TD are you. You know, do you like to get in and take, you know, the medium distance shots? And then you go for the 150. But if you're a long range sniper, definitely, you know, the 128. It's pros and cons. You know, you lose something with this gun, but you gain something else, and it's vice versa with the other gun. So let's get into some gameplay and demonstrate these two fantastic guns. Okay guys, so we're on Abbey, as you can see, and take a look at that matchmaking. Unbelievable matchmaking. It's almost like symmetrically straight down the middle. Tier 8 game, whole bunch of Borsigs in this game. I couldn't believe it. But basically we've got the 128 equipped, as you can see. You can always tell the 128 if you see an opposing Borsig. The 128mm gun is the longer gun. The 50 thicker, shorter, kind of chubbier. Sounds wrong, sounds dirty, I know. But we're gonna see in this game how the accuracy of the 128 comes into play. How fantastic the accuracy of the 128 is, and the aim time as well. The aim time is considerably less compared to the 150. And as you can see, we're down here on the sniper's alley, or arty alley, whatever you want to call it, on Abbey. And I'm being a sniper. I'm holding back. I'm not gonna allow myself to get detected. Can I get a shot on this T44? And as you can see, it's the shell is like a laser. It just zooms in, hits the target exactly where you want it to, and 9 times out of 10 it's shots on target. You're gonna get your shot on target. Somewhat different to the 150mm, which is, you know, loses a bit of accuracy, loses a bit of aim time compared to the 128. And again, am I gonna get this shot in? Let's take a look. Let it rip. Perfect. Of course, that's a enemy Borsig, so it's, you know, it's gonna pen wherever it hits. But to me, you know, the shots are also perfect. They're just on target, right on target again. So we've unloaded 3 shells already, you know, in the first couple of minutes. Here we're gonna go 4th shell again, you know. Each shell almost 500 damage. We've already, you know, created 2,000 points worth of damage, you know, within the first couple of minutes of playing this game. And that's this. It really is showcasing the 128, the accuracy. You know how good the accuracy is. It really is a sniper. And not only that, you can see my camos kicking in, and this tank it's got such a low profile. It's high camo rating, and you while I'm over here, I don't think you see me get detected not one single time. Of course, it's, you know, we're holding the bad guys back, so to speak. Yak Tiger 88, got to gauge exactly which way is he facing, and you know, get that shell in there. Good to go. Yak Tiger 88. 5 very good shell. Very good shots. Pretty much every single shot was on target, I do believe. And looking at the map, I've got a keen eye, keeping a keen eye on the left hand side of the map, because I can see that it, you know, it's about to fall. And a bounce, I get a bounce, but you know, it's a Centurion, it happens. So many Borsigs in this game. Keen eye, and as you can see, the left hand side of the map is about to completely collapse. So I say to myself, okay, my boys got this side sorted. I'm going to go back and fend off the enemy players, protect the base, try and get some nice shots in. Scoot all the way back. Am I joined by anybody? Nope, I'm the only one who's pulling back. compadres are signaling to the danger, and as you can see, it's completely fallen that left hand side. There's a TD and a medium at the base, protecting the base, and I'm going to move in basically to help them out with my 128mm on the Borsig S&D and squeezy. And this is going to be a somewhat different engagement compared to the one on the right hand flank, because this is more of a medium engagement compared to the long range engagement. But at the same time, I'm still going to be effective. I'm still going to get shots on target, I'm still going to pen, and I'm still going to annihilate the bad guys with the support of my team, of course. And as you can see, there's 3 bad guys left. There's a Borsig. What is that? I'm not sure. That was an AT-15. Yeah, AT-15. And a medium. Oh, pardon me. 2 mediums, 2 TDs. You're going to see myself put the Borsig to work. As you can see, I've still got all my hit points. And I've kind of debated there whether or not I should go up the hill. At the same time, I knew, I have no gun depression, so I would leave myself pretty vulnerable if I was gonna, dip over the edge to get some shots on target. But I've got the hit points. I know these are the only 3 remaining bad guys, so I've got the balls to just move in and unload. The enemy players are pretty much, on their last legs, so if I'm gonna lose some hit points, so be it. I just want to unload my gun and get some kills. No problem. He gets taken out, and all that remains is an AT-15. Playing it smart, pulling back, but he does make a fatal mistake. He pushes forward, and I take him out. He was out of options last time this hit. But this gameplay kind of showcases, especially with those long range engagements, how accurate and deadly this gun is. Of course, you do lose 50% damage when using this gun, but at the same time, would I have been getting those shots with 150mm? I don't think so. I do not think so. So you got to keep that in mind when playing this tank. Where you're gonna place yourself, on what part of the map, etc, etc, because this gun, it's a very effective long range sniper gun. Place second, first in damage, good to go. And for our second game, we're on mines, playing encounter battle, and this is basically a heavy tier 10 game, heavy tier 8 game, with a few tier 9s thrown in for fun. And in this battle, we're going to be sporting the 150mm as opposed to the 128mm, and of course we're going to have an increase in damage with this gun, averaging around 750, but there's sacrifices there because your reload time goes down to 3 rounds per minute, your accuracy is worse, and your aim time is worse. So there's sacrifices to be made if you want, the higher damage gun. There's pros and cons to each and every gun, and this is a totally different beast from the 128. As you can see, shorter gun, much shorter gun. Shorter gun always means less accuracy, and so if you're ever out on the battlefield, you see the shorter gun, think 750 damage. If you see the longer gun, think 500 damage. And basically, what I'm doing here is maneuvering myself into my favorite sniping spot when I'm in TDs, which is all the way at the back here in the southern end of the map, so I can get nice effective shots on the bad guys as they're trying to cap the base. So let's take a look at the 150mm in action and see how effective it is, because this is pretty much very long range engagement, very similar to the previous game, the first few minutes when I was in the Abbey on the sniper alley, lifting myself up to get some height here so I can get some, my shots can be just a tad more effective on the bad guys. Scanning for targets, scanning for targets. IS3, look at that, 790. Now the accuracy is not going to come into play here because Mr. IS3 is just not moving, but take a look at that reload time, you know, considerably longer than the 128. You know, it's, you know, I'd say that's almost double. Second shot, take him out, no problemo. But that really wasn't the true test of the accuracy of this gun, because he was pretty much stationary, you know, for both of those shots. So onwards and upwards. Scanning for my next target. A very, very decent TD, this tank. You know, I really enjoyed it. You know, I do enjoy my TDs. You know, shooting from afar, not being detected, etc, etc. T-32 is behind a building. No way, Jose. And I'm sixth sensed. Usually kind of alarm bells ring when I'm sixth sensed and detected. When I'm sixth sensed, it's okay, it's not the end of the world kind of thing. Especially when I'm this far back and the bad guys are kind of preoccupied with my compadres. Missed my shot there, I believe. And that tank was, you know, mobile, so as yet, oh, they managed to get a hit on me. Shot into the blind there. Very, very lucky shot in my personal opinion. As yet, we haven't seen the true test of the accuracy of the 150mm. Sixth sensed. Can I get this TD? And here we go. I'm zoomed in. And look at that. There you go. There's the 150mm accuracy. Just a little bit off, and you saw long range engagement. Tiger 2 gets another shot into me. I'm down to 444. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. But as you can see, you know, on that shot on that TD, would have got him easy peasy lemon squeezy if I only had the 128. So like I said, pros and cons. Big juicy target, no problemo for the 150mm. Down to 112 hit points. Decide, okay, you need to respect your enemy, pull back, regroup, and commence with your attack. Lose that detection, lose that sixth sense before you continue onwards. Peer around the edge, hold down somewhat, again detected sixth sense, but that big juicy target is just calling to me. No problemo for the 150mm. As you can see, you know, the 150mm has only truly been tested once so far, and it was zoomed in all the way, and it failed to hit the target. With the 128mm, no problemo. But pros and cons, we wouldn't, with the 128 we wouldn't be getting these high damage rolls, you know, 700 plus. Object 704, playing it smart, hiding behind a rock. Currently leading 11 to 10. Tiger 2.
That one didn't go through.
Bounce, managed to bounce. Obviously he just angled his tank at the last second, resulting in a bounce. Only 3 bad guys left. What is this gentleman doing? 704. And we got this game in the bag, I would say. Leading by 1, but as you can see, the bad guys are on very, very low health. Here we go. Possibly, maybe. Is he gonna pop out? Only 2 TDs left now. Only 2 TDs. 704. Still playing it smart. And here he comes. Miss. And at this side, okay, it's time to move in. It's time to move in. Take a bit of a damage there from that little jump. 704 has no idea that I'm on my way, that I got his number. Here we go. Take him out in style. Yes, indeed, lever squeezy. So this gameplay didn't actually showcase, you know, the flaws of the 150mm. It did showcase, you know, those nice big damage rolls, you know, when I got those shots on target, and they were pretty easy shots. You know, the tanks weren't that mobile, and you know, the sides were kind of facing me, and if the shot wasn't on target, it would still have hit the target, so to speak. And but there was that one time where I was zoomed in perfectly and the shot just completely missed, you know. So it is there is no pros and cons, you know, which gun you should choose, in my personal opinion. You know, it's totally up to you. As both guns are just as good as one as the other, kind of thing. There is no better gun, in my opinion. It's just totally up to you. What do you feel like? You know, what do you feel like playing? Keen eye on the Jagdpanzer E100. Mr. Jagdpanzer E100 is playing it very smart. He's dug down deep. He's kind of baiting me to take my shot, so he can pull round and possibly take a shot onto me. But oh, pardon me. Oh, manager bounce. He's actually dueling with one of my... Oh, the tortoise. He's actually dueling with the tortoise. And you can see that reload time just let me down, taking forever. So I'm on 6 hit points here, and he manages to take out the tortoise. 6 hit points, hoping he'll scoot up. I could possibly get a shot in on his lower plate, but he's getting lit up, and he's playing it smart. He's not willing to expose any bit of his tank. And at the same time, I'm doing exactly the same, using my third person view to keep a keen eye on him, checking out exactly what he's doing. As you can see, he's pulled back, and Mr. Jagdpanzer is going to make a fatal mistake here. And here we go. Take him out in style. Of course, if you guys didn't know, the Jagdpanzer is, when it comes to armor, it's not actually weakest at the rear, it's actually even weaker on the sides. Comes from playing with someone who has a Jagdpanzer, Mr. Owen. Very good game, showcasing the destructive capability of this gun. And at the same time, you know, a few shots there I did fail, you know, due to the accuracy. But anyhow, let's wrap up this review. The Borsig, a fantastic TD, really is a fantastic TD. It does what it says on the tin. It's a TD through and through. You hold back, you support your teammates, don't get lit up, use the low profile, high camo of this tank, you know, to your advantage, unload, the gun that you choose, it's totally up to you. I wouldn't advise you to take the 128. I wouldn't advise you to take the 150mm. It is completely up to you as a player. Which gun do you go for? Do you go for the high damage but less accuracy, longer reload, etc, etc, or do you go for less damage but better accuracy, better aim time, etc, etc? Totally up to you as a player. Cosmic Carry here, signing out. Take it easy. Adios, muchachos.